bring in Tshegohaco. He is from Zimbabwe, and he's from Polokwane rather, and says he's coming in from Zimbabwe to fetch his children here. Tshegohaco, thank you so much for your time. So just give me details. You are coming in here to fetch your children.
Yes.
Why? I mean, why would you leave Zimbabwe to come into South Africa?
Like, ngibuye eZimbabwe, ngisuka eZimbabwe, ngibuya eSouth Africa, ngizolanda abantu, ngizothatha abantu abami. Then mangizothatha abantu abami, expect ukuthi sizodlela iChristmas, sidlela iChristmas. Sizodlela iChristmas eSouth Africa, then in US sizodlela eLokhozeni eZimbabwe.
And you're originally from where?
I'm originally from Zimbabwe.
Okay. So your parents are in Zimbabwe, you tell me. What's the situation like there? I mean, a lot of people also came in Batoreka Dijo from this side of from South Africa. What's the situation like in Zimbabwe?
Situation ngathi lakhona. Situation lakhona angeke ngithi bhede kakhulu. Better in the moment. Then izinto is holiday. Abantu bayajabulile, abantu bakholisile. Ikubona la uyiphithiphithi abantu kuyaphithizela manje. Yeah.
And we did speak about Upitizela or Mona, right? Yeah. Have you seen it like this? It has been this busy since you've been able to come in and out of South Africa via this border?
But for now, all the years, like Ukuba Konis Pitipiti, today, I was Pitipiti, is Moto, Masukas inside, Upizi, Lakona, Ish, in Tembuti, South Africa side to go better. But the situation is too much.
Okay, thank you, Tshegohaco. Have a great Christmas. So that's just one of the people that is coming in from Zimbabwe, actually. He says that he'll be coming through to fetch his children, and from there they'll then spend Christmas in Polokwane and then head back into Zimbabwe for the New Year's festivities. And we've seen quite a few people, Clement, who have actually come through to actually spend Christmas or to buy things in South Africa from Zimbabwe, and then they've joined this very long queue once again. And we are at the border, so you're able to clearly see people making their way through. Passports being double checked here at this particular post where we are now. And these are people that have been standing in the long queues. I mean, we are at the Home Affairs, the immigration officers as well, Clement. You're able to see people patiently waiting for their passport to be stamped, to be checked, to ensure that they actually make it out of South Africa back home into Zimbabwe as safely as possible and as legally as possible. But where we are standing with Max, Clement, I'm sure you're able to see the passport being checked, but also this gate that you are seeing there. This is where people actually walk through, and then after that particular bridge, they're then able to get into Zimbabwe. But ironically, just on the right of this very fence is where the other people from South Africa then make their way into Zimbabwe. This is a railway road, and just on the other side of the fence, just there's one person there making his way out of South Africa into Zimbabwe. And we're speaking to the immigration people here in South Africa, telling us that it is actually illegal. So those are the illegal immigrants, so to speak, that you are able to see coming through. We've also seen many of them at our time here crossing South Africa, crossing Zimbabwe, that border between Zimbabwe and South Africa, coming into Polokwane. And so they have said that it is illegal, but there should be army officials, Clement, to actually stop them from making their way through. But it really does move quite fast. You know, we've seen a lot of people being able to buy, groceries and other belongings for their loved ones. But it does move quite swiftly. For those that are here, even though some of the people have told us that they've waited hours on end to actually be able to get that passport stamped. So what you are seeing now in your shot are some people making their way out of South Africa. They go through this border post and they are then able to get into Zimbabwe. But they are also telling me that it will be another couple of hours. You are seeing people that are on foot, and these are people that had been on foot from even before, from the Way Bridge. So the Way Bridge is where the cars are and they actually get weighed. So from that Way Bridge, people are on foot and making their way through here to the border. And from here, they then make their way through into Zimbabwe by foot. Once again, many of them saying that it will take them hours to actually get home and be with family once again. Even those that are in the vehicles, Clement, have said that it will take them quite a while for them to actually get home because of how many people there are here today. We are told that it is much more busier today. Of course, it is a few hours before Christmas Day, so we are told that it is much more busier here today. However, they are expecting that the volume of people will actually pick up tomorrow on Christmas Eve.
All right, Tshegohaco Moagi live to us from that very hot and busy Beitbridge border post.